Hello and welcome back to the channel. I am Justice. I am joined here by Drake, and this is going to be the first in a series of videos. We are running a Judgment Gaming Locals. It's entirely for fun because we actually want to have fun with this game. Imagine that. What we are doing is we are running a kind of pseudo-conquest format. Each round, both players take 3 different decks. You cannot use the same deck more than once, so whether I win or lose, the first deck I play, I have to switch decks for game 2, and then if you have game 3, you have to go to your third deck. That applies for both players. And also, to make sure we are having fun, a few cards have been banned for JDG Locals. That is Twist of Personality, that is I'm just going to attack, Machine Angel Ritual, although I think we decided on that before the most recent ban list, if I'm not mistaken.
Either way.
Planning this for a while, but either way. And also Zoma the Spirit, because that card should have never been in Speed Duels. Alright, so that is it. And what we are going to be looking at today is actually the match between the two of us. Drake versus myself. So we're going to try to have a little fun with this, give a little commentary, a little insight as we go. Drake, anything you want to add before we get started, or you want to jump into it?
No, I think you covered it. Just to clarify, yeah, we have to play a new deck each game, so we don't have sideboards. The whole deck is the sideboard.
Right. Yep.
Yeah, and you can actually switch decks in between rounds if you want to.
Yes, yeah. So what you see us playing in round 1 may or may not be what you see in round 2 and onwards. We are doing, I believe, single round robin, and then I don't even remember if we're doing it. I don't think we're doing a top cut because there's 5 of us, but we might do a finals or something. We'll see.
We might have a tiebreaker if necessary.
True, also true. So plenty of games to look forward to. So let's get into it. The match between myself and Drake. I am on the red side on the bottom. Drake is on the blue side on the top. I won the RPS like a good player. And here we go. All right, so let's get into game 1. I have chosen to go second. As you can see, I am starting with Dark Scorpions. Drake is starting with Roids. So
You may recognize this deck from Hoper Cope.
We did, in fact, feature it. Alright, so Steamroid gets popped to add a Mixeroid. He ends on an empty field, but has a sphere in hand, so he's not worried about an OTK. Unfortunately for him, I'm a bad player and do not have 2 monsters.
That would be very bad for me, in fact.
If I, in fact, had 2 monsters in hand, I'd be in a pretty good spot here, but, I didn't.
We're going to play right through this Wabaku. I think we're going to summon a Drill Roid.
Yeah, Wabaku unfortunately does not save from Droid very well. And yeah, that was just using the field spell to mill in the end phase, as you do.
Yeah, I think I added Truckroid. I think that's a new addition to the deck. I think the card's okay.
Yeah. So I do the only thing I can do here, which is Dawn Swing Direct. We get a sub. We did it.
It's a sub.
But this is where things start going very poorly for me very quickly. As it turns out, viewers of this channel may be shocked to know. That was, by the way, both drills attacking and field spells. Scorpions actually want multiple monsters. Believe it or not. And so I'm like, all right, finally I have a monster. Cool. So I'm gonna, hit the back row in case it's like Floodgate or something, and it's offerings to kill my Dawn, and now I'm done. I'm done. I'm like done with this game. Like, all right,
You could have made the worst play of not cycloning, and that would have worked out.
Right. If I had just, gone to the main phase and then used skill, I actually would have had a chance in this game, but like, objectively speaking, that is the worst play. So I got punished for playing correctly. And here we are. And yeah, at this point, I'm just like in just a whole lot of trouble. And then this happens. And like my only chance is like, all right, maybe Wabaku saves me and I top deck Dawn or something, but then, that. We did shortcut some things here. We were on voice during this, so that was Necro Shaman destroying Chick and then resummoning in defense.
Yep, this way Drill can get over it. We don't have to worry about any.
JDG
battle
locals
traps.
are always exactly by the book. Yeah, so of course Wabaku can't save me. Again, and at this point I know the game's pretty much over because there's no like single top deck that actually helps. Like, what am I gonna do?
No, I think too far behind at this point. Yeah. That's not terrible.
No, it's an awful draw. But like, it's too little too late at this point. Especially since you played around it. Like, who does that? You're not supposed to do that, sir.
Well, I was half playing around wall. I was actually thinking you might play Zero Gravity.
Oh,
Or
well,
Windstorm.
stop playing around anything, please. Like, what am I supposed to... I'm a Dark Scorpion deck that didn't draw monsters. Like, what am I supposed to do?
Hey, we got Gorg. That's a monster.
Yeah, that's great. Right on time. Right on time, baby.
Stay alive. Another wall. We get to fix that one from its wall curse.
Yep. And again, this is all I can do. Is like, alright, just I'm saving myself one turn at a time, but for nothing. And now there's zero top decks because even if I top deck Dawn, I don't have a discard plus a Dark Scorpion. So it's just actually nothing at this point. Like, all right, that's cool. That's cool. Yep. So that's game one. As it turns out, Dark Scorpions need monsters, and when you don't have monsters, you have a bad time. And yeah, Roids are a legit deck, especially when your opponent doesn't do anything.
Yeah, no, I think they are like a good tier 2 deck.
Yeah.
Excuse me, a good tier 2 deck.
I agree. All right, so now going into game two, we both have to change decks. We did not talk about what our deck lineup was or what decks we'd be changing to, and I just think it's important to note that real quick. I think it's important for people to know that we did not discuss this. We're just going to jump right into the opening hands of game two here. As you can see, there are some similarities here, especially as we both reveal Osiris as our skill. Yeah, if those of you who have been following for a while know that Raging Cat is my pet deck. It is something that I am always happy to play. So here we are. So you see Jujutsu Master plus Shrink getting set.
Yep, I'm playing a version with some silly text.
Yeah, Jujutsu Master, we saw that. Obviously, that's not a card that
they're not very good in this matchup because Jujutsu Master is probably just not going to get attacked in this matchup.
Yeah, like why would I? I have a cat. Why would I attack a Jujutsu Master? That'd be good.
Yeah. I think Jujutsu Master in a different matchup.
Yep.
Could be okay.
Yep. But see, I have a cat plus 3 back row because I am good with this deck. I will say this game actually was super interesting. Like, the way this played out was actually really tough. I will talk through some of my thought processes too, like as we go through and as it becomes more relevant. Because things got kind of crazy. All right, so there's Banisher. Banisher is gonna be boosted. Wabaku says, "I don't care how big you are."
Wabaku's very good here. Yeah, no, our goal is basically to just try and kill each other's win cons.
Yeah, essentially.
As basic as that sounds.
Yeah.
We're trying to kill each other's monsters, especially the ones that attack directly.
Yep. So like,
he's got-
I know I'm ahead here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, I've already dealt damage. So now mine is just keep attacking directly and protect my monster, right? Like that's all I'm looking to do.
Yep. Where my plan is try and kill that cat and then hope you don't draw more direct attackers.
Yeah.
Ours gets floodgated. It's rough.
We flood that, so basically I'm reducing him down to like a single threat. Like he hasn't flipped this up yet, so like I don't know what it is at this point. I'm like, all right, it hasn't been flipped yet. It's just staying down. I'm not worried about it. Now we floodgate this, and now I'm like on single threat territory, which is good. But now he flips Jujutsu Master. I'm like, all right, let's see. So Jujutsu Master goes in. Zero Gravity just again enables me to live for the turn, which is all I'm really worried about. Have a Shrink down, which isn't the best protection here now that I know there's two things that can run over my cat, which is why Wabaku is a great top deck. Also throughout this time, I will point out, you will say, well, why don't you like summon Banisher, get rid of more threats? I haven't seen any of his back row yet, so I don't know if I have to play around wall. I don't know if he has wall or floodgate or whatever.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind because that actually informs a lot of my decision making through the rest of these turns. Like, I don't know if I have to play around wall, so I'm waiting. Because, like, he hasn't activated it yet, right? Because Wall is not amazing against the one monster. Like, it's fine. Like, he's still going to take some damage. So, like, as these attacks are getting through, it's definitely in my head that, like, I might have to be playing around Wall. But he's now one attack away. Which is good. So, I think for you two, do you want to talk about, like, is this playing around zero gravity play, leaving Jujutsu Master in defense?
Yeah, so I'm playing around zero gravity, but you can't play around zero gravity and something like, say, Spellbinding Circle.
Right.
If you only have 2 monsters, you just can't play around both.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I can't summon one of the monsters in my hand because that 3rd zone is floodgated. So 1 in attack, 1 in defense.
Yeah.
Just a guess to what his back row is.
Yeah, so I use the Wabaku because Shrink doesn't help me here. Banisher still runs over Cat with Shrink, so... but again, I know I only need to get 1 more attack through, and my attacks have been getting through, so, like, yeah, this is... I feel like relatively decent here. This is obviously a terrible draw for me. Not happy about this draw, because, like, I'd rather just another, you know, Wabaku or Zero Gravity or something. But this is the world we live in. So yeah, just go to battle, try to win the game. Now we see the Shrinks come out, leaving Drake with a whole 100 life points.
You know what? It looks funny, and yeah, I forget Banisher a lot. Ignore that.
Yeah, I mean, I think.
But yeah, no, it looks funny to shrink something like that, but it's pretty much just as effective as if it was a Wabaku or something.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really change anything, right? Like, whether you have 100 life points or 850 life points, like, either way, one direct attack wins. So, like,
right.
It's not, like, super relevant, although it does become relevant because then, like, all I have to do is attack over this, you know, with anything.
Yes.
Yeah, so you're going to try to get in. At this point, I'm like, all right, you know, there's nothing I can really do about that. 1 cat goes. But now I'm like, all right, all I have to do is summon a Banisher, run over his Banisher, and I have a Shrink. So even if he has Shrink, you know, I have mine.
Yeah, and I'm actually thinking the same thing. Is like, if he has Shrink and I have Shrink, so I got to be careful with my Shrink.
Yeah.
But I think I just lose anyway.
So again, now I go with Cat because Cat wins through either Shrink or Wall going direct. Is the thought process there. So like that's why I go for Cat here instead of Banisher, because like Cat wins through several different forms of back row.
Yep.
But he does have his own Wall.
Not that one.
So like now this sucks. I'm like, all right, I have to lose this Cat here. Like there's no way around it.
That book is super nice.
Yeah.
As far as what cards I could top deck, that was a great one.
Yep, agreed. Now we see one of my own personal tech cards here. Again, it's basically just another Wabaku. Yeah, not really worried about the targeting part. That doesn't really matter. It's just, again, another...
Is there a reason you play that over Spellbinding? Or do you play both?
No, I play this over Spellbinding because this blocks a whole turn. This the idea of like Raging Cat is just get in your direct attacks and try to win in like 4 turns, right? So all you're trying to do is buy turns.
The downside is that one versus Joey, though.
Sure. Yeah, exactly.
That's
but fortunately for me, I know that, you know, you can't play Joey, so I'm not worried about it.
This is a good point.
Yeah. Joey's banned, baby!
You don't have to think about it when building a JDG local deck.
Hell yeah.
Alright, so we gotta book that to stay alive and get over it.
Yep. Especially because Shrink would not have saved you. Wabaku is a very nice draw for you.
Yep. I'm looking for Wabakus and books for in my draw phases, pretty much.
So I saved the negate attack here because I have another Banisher to follow up, so saving this one's irrelevant. So I'd rather save this for like a different turn if it becomes more relevant.
100. I know someone's life points that's at 100.
Yeah.
But go Banisher instead.
Yep. Yeah, I do this because like if you like stop this attack and then I'm just sitting here with 100 attack Raging Flame Sprite, like I could just be putting myself in a really bad spot.
Yeah, you are at 14, so
yeah.
I see that problem there.
So again, going for the attack, Wabaku again stops it. Like, all right, that's fine. That I'm not worried about. And I think this is about where the game should end.
Cat even.
Yeah, so it tries to go in, negate attack will stop
yeah.
it. And yeah, now there's nothing you can really do at this point because I have my own shrink. So like I'll go in, you'll try to shrink, but then I have my own, so that's game.
Yep, I take 900. I have 100.
As indicated by all the cards being.
And then I know my deck just to show him my list.
Yeah. Yep. There you go. All right,
And
so
you guys
that's
get to
game
do it
2.
as well.
Yeah, that was cool. That was actually really back and forth. I like the way that played out. I felt like I was in a good spot the whole game, but really had to work for it.
That floodgate won you the game.
Yes, yeah, Floodgate was huge.
Yep.
Yeah, you chose the wrong game of 3.
What,
Wait, there's
what
only
was
2
my
books.
limit 3?
What?
Oh, books.
Yeah, you're playing books. Yeah, I think Floodgate's way better for this stuff. Yeah.
That's fair. I was thinking, okay, so my logic with that is I play Jujutsu Master.
Yeah.
So I can put a Jujutsu Master in attack mode and, you know, attack with it as a 21 beater.
Right, and then
or
if they try to attack it, you can book
22
it.
beater. If they try to attack it, you buck it, a little
Yeah.
trick.
Yeah,
I don't know
no,
if that's
cool.
great, but that was my thought.
Yeah, that's cool. I get it. All right, let's move on to game 3. Yeah. You will see our opening hands. Drake, of course, choosing to go second. He's playing Dark Scorpions. Now, for my third deck, I went full meme, playing Curse of's Red Eyes Darkness list. And as you can see, my full meme, full bricked.
Road
So-
to ranked justice mode.
Yeah, so I just passed.
Dragon is like a dragon.
Yes, it's like a dragon. Yeah, so this is like, this game is not nearly as exciting. This is where, all right, so this game was Chick the Yellow just wins the game. Because,
right.
yeah,
Yes.
just like I always needed the top card of my deck.
So yeah, the top card of his deck was Luster Dragon. I put that to the bottom, hoping he doesn't draw a monster.
Yep.
Just Cyber Dragon, but not.
Yeah, so like, as a Wabaku, as Floodgate, I'm like, all right, well, I need the summons. I need to get things on the field. And yeah, just too much back row.
I think that was the one draw phase where it like didn't matter that much, but all the other ones,
Yeah,
it ends up mattering.
yeah. Like, widespread's, you know, fine. So like, I hit a Night Beam here, and I'm like, oh, cool, all right, so like, that'll help, because I actually need this widespread. Because he only got the one monster, and I'm like, all right, cool. And then he's just like, other Night Beam. Oh. Yeah. Oh, I see. Well, that's pretty bad for me.
Yeah.
And then, like, my only out here was I could double tribute for Tyrant Dragon. And then he's like, oh, but I top deck Donzulu. I'm like,
just
okay.
draw down better. I was showing you the ways of when to
yeah,
draw down.
yeah. So like I drew pretty poorly with when I played Dark Scorpions, and then I just like full bricked here with this.
Okay.
And then like,
So yeah, my thought here
yeah.
is I have no reason to try and battle his monsters or bounce his monsters.
right.
But I do want him to not draw anymore, so let's put that to the bottom as
Yep.
well.
So like, of course, that would have been a good draw. So that goes to the bottom. What do I get instead?
Not very good.
Not very good. And of course,
And then I draw Cliff.
I'm
so
just
you
like,
have
well,
to
damn
book.
it.
You have to book. Like, there's
Yeah.
no-
So like, I booked Dawn, and like, I probably should have booked Chick. That was my misplay here. I should have
Yeah.
booked Chick. But like, at the same time, I don't know what my draw's gonna be. Like, I don't know if it's good or not. So like, it's kind of
I
impossible.
think, like,
either
the
way.
math is in favor of Chick being worse for you.
Yeah, so like that's probably a misplay. And then oh look, you know, so like I get punished immediately because like I needed that Luster Dragon, and of course, you know, that gets shuffled. Or it gets milled, rather. Wait, why did I mill too? What happened? Oh, right, because I have to use book, so Cliff mills too. Yeah. And then there's Luster Dragon, you know, which I would have wanted, and now it's at the bottom. Yeah, this was not a fun time for me. And then I special summon Red Eyes Darkness Dragon using my hidden skill, which is if you have completely blocked me from playing the game, I can just special summon it from my hand. Yeah, so this one was not very close at all, unfortunately. I wanted to give this deck a shot. Curse of, you know, had this insane 67% win rate. It was only over 3 games, but don't worry about that. You know, so I wanted to give it a shot for locals, but yeah, it was unfortunate. It was an unfortunate time for me.
Yeah, so maybe you change that one up for the next round.
Yeah, that's probably, or not. I don't know.
I think all mine are still worth testing more.
Yeah, no, I mean, they're like, obviously, like Dark Scorpions are a solid deck, especially when we've removed, you know, some of the things that are bad. Like we removed Joey, which is big, right? We removed Twist of Personality, which is big. Because like those are two things that Dark Scorpions really would rather not have to play against. So those just not being part of the format really helps. And yeah, droids are very much a legitimate deck.
Yeah.
And anything close to Raging Cat / Raging Banish, is...
I think what's cool about this tournament is it's kind of a showcase of a lot of the tier 2 decks.
Yeah.
And some rogue as well, of course.
Yes.
But it's really showing off like what these tier 2 decks can do.
Yep, agreed. So like that's the fun of it. So we will have more videos up. The next one is going to be the other round 1 match, which is Curse of versus Ursus. There's 5 of us playing. All 5 North American members of Judgment Gaming that play Speed Duels. I think that is an accurate statement. I'm thinking about it because like I have, we have Zuno, but he's for Pokemon. We have Nightblader, but he's in Europe. So I think that's an accurate statement. If I'm not forgetting.
You'll get to see everybody face every other member once.
Yes. So Terramaster got the round 1 bye because he set up the bracket and he cheated, clearly. So it will be Curse of versus Ursus will be the next match. So stay tuned to the channel for that, as well as other Speed Duel content. But that will do it for us for today. So until next time, as always, my friends, be good to yourselves, be good to each other. Good luck in all of your games, and we will see you soon.